had enough small talk. Let's skip right to dinner.
Welcome, cosmic aficionados. Today we're galloping into a batty horror comedy western.
They look so hungry.
Directed by Anthony Hickox, starring David Carradine.
But this one, on the other hand,
Bruce Campbell.
I've been walking all night.
And a gang of B-movie icons. This cult classic blends vampires, cowboys, and campy fun.
Hi! Hi! Bye!
Bye! So grab your garlic and Stetson, and let's sink our teeth into this head-rolling gem. I'm talking about Sundown, the Vampire in Retreat, from 1989. Festivities reign supreme in dusty old Purgatory, Utah.
What might you be doing in Purgatory?
oh, just traveling, town to town, job to job.
A vampire colony led by Count Jozak Mardulak.
Count Mardulak?
Well, somebody call him by his real name.
Who's trying to go legit, using sunscreen, wide brim hats, and a synthetic blood called nectarine.
How can you drink that stuff cold, James?
Which looks like curdled milk. He's aiming for all vamps to coexist with humans.
That's why I put so much money into Purgatory. That's why I invested in the synthesizing of blood.
Trouble rolls in on a cherry red convertible when scientist David Harrison arrives to fix the blood factory.
I understand you have a problem here.
Would you be David Harrison?
Which he originally drew plans for. With tension dons a hair-slick Maine who goes by Shane.
I'm afraid so.
Who are they?
That's Shane Dennis. He's the designer of the blood plant.
The what?
He was human when he got here.
He's still got the hots for Harrison's wife from the old high school days.
Tell me, Dave, does Sarah still whimper when she comes?
While managing to bop her once again while she had already been married to this poor sap.
Look, you were in med school. I never saw you. Shane called me and asked me to dinner one night. It was one time, David, one night.
Oh, come on! The next scene has him decompressing while toking a coffin nail on a hay bale. This cat truly is playing with fire. A rogue grandpa vamp, Ethan Jefferson, played with grumpy fun by John Ireland, wants to ditch the fake blood and feast on the good stuff.
The thrill of sinking our teeth into young, soft flesh.
With a mid-stroke appearance by Robert Van Helsing, played by the lovable Shemp himself.
No! No!
Too late.
I wasn't gonna bite you. I promise. I just needed to kiss a man again.
That's a likely story.
The incorrigible Bruce Campbell. A bumbling vampire hunter who stumbles into the fray while catching the eye of a Veronica Lake dame. A wild mix of shootouts, bat transformations, and laughs with a hint of a little Lost Boys meets Blazing Saddles. I give this one a 7 out of 10 tentacles. Points pile on, adding these two familiar mugs of the Coke Clown from the beginning are none other than Bobby from Twin Peaks.
Oh, you do? Wow.
And Amanda from Highlander the Raven late 90s TV show.
The problem is you're some kind of psychotic nut.
Director Anthony Hickox's photography choices are an interesting blend of that pastel Studio 60s Hammer-esque vibe, meeting that 80s cheese rawness while in Purgatory. Maybe Hickox has something there. Carradine's Mardulak is cool as hell, blending kung fu gravitas with vampire swagger. Carradine took the role in honor of his father, John Carradine.
The last thing you will ever see will be the face of the greatest vampire the world has ever known.
A Dracula veteran who died in 1988. The Thing and Darkman special effects maestro Tony Gardner's makeup pops with killer fangs and quirky stop-motion bats. The low-budget effects have a charming retro vibe that suits the film's tone. I mean, when you specifically match the hair from the bat to the character, that's pretty darn funny. Sundown skipped theaters, hitting VHS in 1991, which is when I first discovered this odd duck.
Flap, flap, flap.
With a cult following helping it grow beyond just video store rentals.
Darling, stop being such a tyrant. You're just having a little childhood fun.
Yeah, Dad.
So, if you're looking for a campy horror comedy western that's a hoot, despite a few dragging subplots, I make this a must for fans of Fright Night or Tremors. Until next time.
What's with the sunbonnet? You can't take the sun?
Now ain't that something?
Thank you to our YouTube members and everyone out there for your continued support. And Hail Cthulhu!